The boot breaker system has been the surprise success of all the products that we launched this year. And I think it's because it was really, really needed. This thin little 2mm bit of foam that just helps you break in your boots, adds a little bit of squish to your Heritage boots without changing your size, without destroying any of the value that you get from a Heritage boot. And somehow nobody did it. So check them out below. Check out the new super thick daddies. 2 Ariat boots. I've actually unboxed these before, but credit to Ariat, they were like, it's harder to get these in stock than we thought it was gonna be, or like, I don't know if they could, because they were selling better, or like the factory had some problems putting out the quantity they wanted. I'm not sure what it was, but we unboxed these as part of a video, and then we cut it out of the video because they were like, oh, let's just wait on it. And so instead of giving you like a 5-minute video, I figured I'd just hop down and re-record it and just kind of give you an update on where everything's at. And I happen to have them cut in half too. So it's an exclusive Rose Anvil 2 cut in half kind of review. Why not? You guys will get like it's a hybrid video between a Rose Anvil 1 and a Rose Anvil 2. Mostly Rose Anvil 2 though. So, who's Ariat? One of my favorite facts is they're named after Secretariat. And that's how you pronounce the name. Because if you pronounce Secretariat Ariat, pronounce Secretariat, you pronounce Ariat, not Ariat. That's as far as I know anyway. So, let's do a quick little dive into Ariat, because I'm pretty sure Ariat is a fairly new company in terms of like 20 years old. I believe it's a female-owned and ran business. Am I right about that? Founded in 1993 by Stanford classmates Beth Cross and Pam Parker, Ariat revolutionized riding footwear by integrating athletic shoe technology into traditional English and Western boots. So that alone is why Ariat was so popular when I was a kid, all the way up to teenagers, to working blue-collar work in my 20s, up until today in 2026. Because they did that one thing that all brands should try to do, but they never do. They took something that worked from a different industry, applied it to this industry that needed it, and created a new little niche in the industry for themselves by combining that traditional English footwear and Western footwear with modern technology. And that's why, like, I remember like when I was younger, people would be like, oh, I love my Ariats, they're so comfy, they're so much more comfortable than literally anything else I own. And I think that's why. Inspired by legendary racehorse Secretariat, the company focuses on high-performance, durable, and innovative apparel, footwear, and work gear for equestrian and later the general Western market. AI is making my job way easier. Give me a freaking breakdown year by year. Founded in 93, 98 expanded to Western market. 2001, Fat Boys. Do you guys remember, or not Fat Boys, I should remember Fat Boys, them are tasty. Fat Babies. These were all the rage when I was younger. My sisters wore these boots. I actually asked a few girls, I'm like, do you know what Fat Babies are? They're like, Fat Babies? I'm like, no, the boots, Fat Baby. And they were just a little snub-nosed, short pull-on boot that all the girls wore. My sisters wore them. Everyone wore them through high school. Cause I went to a very country high school, and so everyone was all decked out, because everyone was pretty country, not as much like it is now, where you're like, oh, so everyone has a cowboy hat. I can't tell the real blue-collar people from the fake, except for, it's actually pretty easy, for being honest. But we support it. We love people. I love people wearing Western wear. It just keeps it more popular for longer. It allows me to wear what I want. And I think they ought to bring back the Fat Babies. I'm surprised they haven't made a push for this. Or maybe they are popular, but they're super wide toe box, low little pull-on boots. They're handy little boots. I always wish that I had a pair that was more manly. So, what do we have? What are these two boots? Let's go to their website and figure out what's what. Let's start with this boot, because it is actually quite interesting, and it has a really unique little feature to it. Cool, that's a cool colorway. I like that one more almost. That's not the same boot though, is it? Maybe it's like a variation of it. Because this is the VentTech version. Let me see if they have the regular Activator. That's the right product listing. The Activator waterproof work boot. So clearly they have one that's a breathable version as well. It looked like it had some venting through the side. So let's see what this is about. Lightweight yet durable, Activator delivers the cushioning and stability you need for long work days. Built to perform in outdoor conditions, versatile enough to wear anywhere. ATS technology provides lightweight support. ATS technology, I think that's the shank they use. Yeah, see that orange shank? I think it like splits into two. Actually, I forgot we had these cut. There you go. Now you can see right there, see that shank? It's a really unique shank. That's something that Ariat's done for years, is really smart shanks to actually give you the support you need instead of just throwing a classic shank in there. Because you can see that anchors that way down in here, so you're gonna get you're actually gonna get some support. And I think it like V's off. It's It's pretty supportive too. You know, it's not gonna be near supportive of a steel shank, but you can tell it's anchored in. Dry shield, waterproof, breathable construction. Waterproof lining, I'm assuming. Right there, you can see that waterproof lining. I don't know if it's waterproofed all the way up though. It doesn't look like there's, it's either a different type of waterproofing or it's just waterproofed up to there. Patented U-turn entry system uses a flexible panel in the shaft to help people with high arches slip into pull-on boots. This is the cool part. This is the part I was like, dang, how did I not think of that? I was like jealous. I was like, dang it. Because anytime somebody comes out with a new innovation, I love it. And like love it in a way it's like, I wish I would have thought about that. That's such a cool concept because I love product design. It's like the whole reason I'm into all this stuff. I don't really care to be a YouTuber or a business owner nearly as much as I just love designing stuff. So when somebody solves an old problem in a new way, I love it. I can't help but love it. So what they've done is you can see right here, there's that little cutout right there with the double stitching. And what that does is split so you have a little bit of goring right there, just like a Chelsea boot. So when you're putting these boots on, when your heel presses against that, it opens up just 1/4 of an inch, so 1/2 an inch on each side, probably a little bit more than that when you're actually pushing on it, so that your heel, how do I do this? This is your heel. I need to get like a fake foot for this kind of stuff. Okay, this is your foot. It's just kind of upside down. So when you put your foot in the shoe, you gotta cross, see like right when you start crossing this, that heel starts bulging out that area, and some people can't get into the boot because they get stuck right at that junction. But once they're popped in there, they've got all the room they need and they're secured in there. And then when they're pulling it out, once again, they get caught right there. And so all they did was just like, well, instead of making the big boot bigger, instead of putting a strap around it, let's put a little bit of goring in there. Let's put a little bit of flex in there. And it's in a spot of the boot that's not gonna, like this isn't gonna be wear and tear near as much as some other parts of the boot. You know, it's gonna get that crimpling and folding, but it's not like it's in the front of the boot where it's gonna get all the wear and tear. So it is a really brilliant way of solving that problem. We've seen other brands solve it in a similar way with like the goring down the side. We've seen, what else have I seen? Like I said, the straps, but this one looks good. It's not like too gimmicky where it's like, this is the Mega Flex, Flex Seal technology, and big bulky branding and logos and just, I'm like, no, this just looks like a really nice work boot in a Western style, and it has a hidden little goring right there. I actually really like the white sole. I think it looks good. Square toe, so it's plenty wide. Let's see how wide actually. These boots are good. That's why I was like, I was more than happy to re-record this because I really like these boots. Because Ariat, in full transparency, Ariat was like, hey, can you post those few minutes of that video you recorded like last year? And I was like, of this boot? And they're like, yeah, will you post that? And I was like, I'll just re-record it because it's only gonna be a few minutes long and this boot is actually sick. And so I didn't mind at all. It's not like anatomical by any means, but it's way more anatomical than most cowboy boots. And even if you take kind of take that toe out, because your toes aren't gonna go to there, it is a fairly wide boot. That's why I like square toe work boots, or square toe Western boots. What else is about it? All day cushioning insole. It is a good insole. You know, it's nothing crazy. It's just a standard insole, but it's not cheap insole. Fabric topped, definitely no saddle sole. That's literally why we designed them though. You know, it's like, I know I've said it a bunch in recent videos, but it's just on top of my mind. We're fulfilling all the orders. It's been nuts. You guys shocked me with how many saddle sole orders we got. We've been dying just trying to keep up getting them shipped out. But that's why I think that's why they're popular, is because you get a really nice boot and you don't always get the highest quality insole that you might want. And you go out and buy your orthotics, you buy whatever insoles you want. Somehow nobody made a freaking veg tan topped one that makes the shape of your foot. But this is a good insole, is what I'm getting at. You know, it's not a terrible one. We've seen way worse insoles. Lightweight FLX foam midsole. You can see it is a dual density. You can see that softer foam through here, that harder rubber for the outsole, and it goes all the way to the toe. And I really like how that toe, it's got solid rubber right there. It's not, that foam stops here. So you've got solid rubber up through here and solid rubber up through here. So you have a high wear area where you're not gonna wear through it nearly as fast as if you were into the foam. It's a well thought out boot, it really is. I didn't even notice this. It's like a second layer of goring right there. Oil and slip resistant DuraTread, flexible and passes the hot test. 90-degree heel stop helps provide secure footing on ladders, rungs, and uneven surfaces. That little 90 degree right there. Full grain leather, are they right? No. Literally every single brand gets this wrong. It's so funny. I don't know how everyone gets it wrong. Because I call it out in every video. And not that every brand's listen to what we're saying, but I'm like, you'd think that by now people would be like, I know what full grain leather is, and if it's sanded on top, that's not full grain. Or if it's like a nubuck looking leather, because you can see that texture there, that's not full grain. But we'll let it slide because literally every brand screws it up. And 200 bucks, so not a bad price at all. Is it really Goodyear welted though? That's the one question I was curious about. I don't think it is Goodyear welted. I think that's a fake welt. Yeah, see how the upper goes underneath right there? Yeah, so it's a cemented construction. It's not a Goodyear welt construction, at least from what I can tell. I'm 99% sure it's not a Goodyear welt. So this welt is fake. Dang, too bad it's not a real Goodyear welt. I wonder why they didn't do that. Probably trading comfort for durability, because you do lose comfort when it comes to Goodyear welts compared to like a really soft shoe like boot like this. And the next boot, I don't actually know if this one's Goodyear welted or not. So let's look at this one and that'll maybe give us a comparison between the two. Okay, there we are. The Rebar Lift 6-inch composite toe. I've got the soft toe work boot. 200 bucks, about the same price. Lightweight yet durable Rebar Lift delivers the cushioning and stability you need for long work days, built to perform in outdoor conditions and versatile enough for it to wear anywhere. Isn't that the same description we just read? Yeah, it's the same freaking description. They are from the same line. I'm surprised there wasn't more description in this, just to kind of differentiate it and help buyers understand why they might want a lace-up boot compared to a pull-on boot. Even that context, I think, would be beneficial for buyers and consumers. Maybe not, maybe I'm wrong, maybe people don't care, but I'm just always surprised at how, I'm always surprised at how little information big brands put on their websites. So, what is it? So it's got the ATS technology, same shank. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Is it the same looking on the inside? Yep, same style of shank. Same style of midsole. This one has some more relief cuts in it, looks like. All-day cushioning insole, same insole, lightweight foam. So yeah, it's basically the same boot. It's just in a lace-up boot that's shorter compared to a tall boot. Yeah, see that? If you look at the outsole, same shank, same midsole. I think it just looks like there's some other perforations or like relief cuts. Same layers through the sole construction. Same leather heel counter. Shout out Ariat. We love a good leather heel counter. Same-ish lining. They're both synthetic linings. Is it Goodyear welted though? Nope, it doesn't look like it is. I think it's just a. Is it direct injected or is it cemented? Do they say full grain leather? Nope. That's so funny. I can't believe how often that gets screwed up. That one looks cool. What is this? Look at that texture on the toe, that's cool. Just like a little shorty work boot. Got that mock toe kind of style. I doubt it's a real mock toe, but it's still cool looking. I don't know. I don't know if it's direct injected or if it's cemented. So if I'm looking at the leather down here, this one looks like it is direct injected into the midsole. Do I see glue on the outside? Yeah, it's glue. I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I think it would say if it was direct injected. Let's see what else Ariat has dropped recently while we're talking about them. Let's see what they got. Ooh, they're making some sneakers. I've seen one of these. I think my cousin had a pair of these. They're really nice because they're square toe Chelsea boots. They're nice. I like those a lot. Little sneakers, cowboy boots, some Hey Dude looking shoes I mean. These are the classic. Hey Dude's copied this style and then made like a simpler version, so Ariat's not ripping off Hey Dudes. Hey Dudes ripped off Ariat, Hey Dudes ripped off Ariat, and then made like a simplified version, so I think they're totally justified for that. Hey Dudes suck. They're the shoe of my people, but man, are they terrible. Ooh, look at that, little mule. I've been working on a mule, so you guys might see that eventually. Just a simple little mule. I don't know how no one's made it. Cool, looks like some good stuff. So, I think that's it. I just wanted to kind of show that to you, kind of give you a quick rundown and show you what Ariat's been working on, some of the innovations they're working on, and get a little sneak peek of what's on the inside. Maybe we'll do a full cut in half video of this, but probably not. I think that kind of covers the majority of it. But if you guys really want to see it, let me know, because I could do it. I could do a full video again. You know, I've already got most of the information already cut in half, so if you want to see that full video, let me know. If there's any other Ariat stuff you want us to see cut in half, we'll do that too. And thank you guys for all your support. Check out Ariat below and check out Saddle Soles, Boot Breakers below, collaborations below. So thank you guys. See ya.